Welcome back to a game about digging a hole. I played the heck out of this game yesterday and got all the way to the end, though I didn't make a video about the end because I want you to discover that yourself. The ending is very different from the rest of the game, and I was entertained by it. So I got to the end, and then that opened up this new mode, Achievement Mode, which we're going to check out today. So rather than continuing my old game, we're going to start a new one in Achievement Mode. That will delete your progress? Yeah, that's fine. Let's make a new hole. All right, Stonemason. After finishing the game and unlocking Achievement Mode, collect 100 stones. Now, I've already collected 100 stones, and I guess it's giving me credit for that now? Oh, I see. So it's just popped up Achievement Mode, but it's given me credit for things I've already done. I wonder, so when they wrote the achievement text, I think they believed that the way this was going to work was the achievements were only going to start recording after you went into achievement mode. But it looks like, no, they've given me credit for everything I did in my previous version. So, a long fall. Falling for 4 seconds is an achievement. I've only fallen for 1.4 seconds. Wasted, I'm assuming that's accidentally destroying ores. Shoveled is, I guess, the number of discrete times I've shoveled. Boom is, I assume blowing things up with dynamite. That I'm really far behind on. Making 20,000 monies. I've already made 31,000 monies. Special ore, 0 of 5. What? There are special ores that I have never discovered? And time. Does it mean time to win the game? Like, is it saying that I should try to win the game in 30 minutes? Okay, that's interesting. So, okay, I don't know if I can speedrun it like this. I mean, for one thing, I've already been wasting time talking about this. So, I mean, this one I'm going to get naturally. This, I should try to use a lot more dynamite. I'm really curious about special ore. It seems like these two are ones you would pursue separately. Time and finding all the special ore feel like separate goals. I should try to destroy an ore every time I get my inventory full. All right. So this time, I know better than to try to be clever. We're going to start right on the X. And I believe... Oh, inventory full. Okay, how quickly can we resolve all of this? Okay, that's $3. I forgot how slow this was. Before you start upgrading your tools, this takes a very long time. I remember feeling like when I came in from the other side, I felt like the X had an astonishing number of stones and ores in it compared to where I started. But maybe that was just an illusion from the fact that I was starting to use a larger digging shovel. And so I was finding them more frequently because I was making bigger holes. Because this looks like it's actually not any more productive than the hole that I was making in the previous episode. Well, good. I feel less dumb now. So I'm just trying to make a big enough hole that I can comfortably sort of dive down into it. Okay, let's raise our radius. Okay, so now we found coal, which is worth more. And we can upgrade our inventory and... Oh, nope. Nope, we can't afford to recharge. Well, let's hope we can find another bit of ore before we run out of batteries, because that will be a sad time if we don't. Crap. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yes. Okay. Oh, right. I need to sell first. What am I doing? Sell. Then... Ta-da! Wah! You do kind of have to ponder sometimes, like, why particular extra steps are necessary. Like, in the real world, of course, selling something and then buying something with that money, those are two separate steps. But in a video game, you can do whatever you want. Why did not? Why did not? Why am I talking like that? Why did they choose not to just have you get money instantly when you pick up an ore? Why do we have to go to this computer, which only has one button on it, to sell your ores? I suspect that it's because they want you to look at the prices. They want you to spend time looking at and comparing the prices of the different ores, so you understand how much their value has gone up over time. Because if you were just being awarded money for them right here each time you found one, I mean, that would be pretty quick and efficient with your time, but it also wouldn't make you stop and think about it. And I feel like having this moment to look at what you're doing and see how much money you're making does actually make a difference to the experience. Okay, our battery's going to last longer now. We're not quite low enough where we're going to need the jetpack, but we're getting there. Yay, iron! So one thing we're doing this time is just digging straight down. Last time I tried to make a really interesting hole that went around in circles, or like spirals, or went back and forth, snaked around, mostly because it would be easier to climb out of. But it actually made it harder to navigate. And sometimes I would kind of feel a little stuck down there, not being quite sure how to get out. So this time around, now that I understand the jetpack, and now that I know that there's an achievement for falling as far as you possibly can, and I wonder if that fall, by the way, requires you to hit the ground at the bottom, or if you can save yourself with the jetpack after falling for 4 seconds. Either way, that requires me to make a hole that goes straight down. I'm also, like, one of the other reasons why I had kind of a snaky tunnel was because I was trying to, I had fun trying to get around obstacles, trying to get around rocks and things. But this time, there's also an achievement for using dynamite. And so if I'm just thinking I'm going to use dynamite to get past every rock so that I can keep going straight down, then again, that motivates me to dig this way instead of the other way. I really can't wait for my next shovel upgrade, though. Holy crap. Come on. All right. Okay, we can afford it now. Better shovel. This actually feels like I mean, I can be more efficient this way. If I'm thinking of efficiency as being my main goal. Ooh, new achievement. I am shovel. Oh, that was me shoveling 4,000 times. I'm wondering... Oh, object detected. Oh, we'll deal with that in a second. I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, it's somewhere... Oh, this direction. A money bag! I have 30 bucks now. Cool. Like, last time I was pursuing more, like, artful goals than efficiency. Like, I was trying to make an interesting wandery tunnel, and especially once I got access to the drill, I was basically treating it like Power Wash Simulator and just trying to make everything as clean as possible. Okay, my inventory's bigger, my battery's bigger. This is going to be a productive session right here. We're still finding regular old stones. We have not gotten that deep yet. What happens if I isolate a really large chunk of dirt? Because I remember early on in my previous session, I was kind of confused by the little balls of dirt that would fly off my shovel sometimes. I was like, what does that represent? And it turned out that that's what happens when I isolate in space a chunk of dirt. The dirt just kind of goes away. I'm pretty sure that objects that live in the dirt will actually, like, they're allowed to hover in the air. Oh, crap. I didn't actually mean to do that one dig. But pieces of actual dirt are not allowed to hover in the air. So I'm wondering, like, is there a limit to the size that can just go away that way? Like, what if I dig out a large chunk of dirt? I'm not doing a great job of it right now, but I think you can see what I'm trying to do. I mean, by the end of my previous session, I was, like, each time I came back up, I was getting, like, $9,000 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Just finding tons and tons of diamonds. I don't think... Oh, yeah, I can afford a slightly better jetpack. I can't start buying not diamonds, dynamite regularly yet, but soon. Okay, I'm widening this out, mostly just so I can get to the other side of my little experimental... Oh, did I forget to... I think I forgot to recharge my battery. Okay, gotta carve out this side too. I'm not going to be winning the speed prize, but that's okay. Sometime I should just record a silent video of me going for the speed prize and then just, like, speeding it up. Okay, our progress has slowed a little bit. All right. Let's see if this thing does what the other things have done. So I think I need to get down below it. That's fine. Let's dig a little bit deeper. See, this is why I'm not getting the speed prize, because I haven't been digging deeper. Deeper needs to be my goal. So I'm going to maximize my efficiency. What I really need is $100 so that I can upgrade my shovel some more. But finding a bunch of stones isn't going to help. And getting coal in my stocking isn't going to help. Alright. This isn't even a particularly big chunk of dirt. Like, I'm going to need to really experiment with this. I'm actually going to need to dig a ring-shaped hole. Wait a minute. Has it come disconnected? It might have, without me noticing it, already come disconnected. If that's the case, then maybe it has to be dirt under a certain size that has that reaction. Yeah, I'm being such a game developer about this. Like, I'm playing this game that's purportedly about digging a hole, but all I can do is try to figure out, like, what the technical underpinnings of it are, what rules they made for whether dirt can just float free in the sky. So I don't have a very good perspective on this, though. I feel like I need to dig a little bit deeper to be sure it's not connected somewhere by some thin strand of dirt. I'm just going to try to dig out a bit more here. Okay, I can get underneath it now. I'm pretty convinced that this thing is floating free. Yep, we've got miraculous hovering dirt right here. All right. Oh, but I touch it one time and it explodes. Interesting. Okay, we've got 111, which means better shovel. Wah. All right. Now we're going for depth again. No more science experiments. Okay, we're finding ore faster. It's funny how, like, ooh, copper. Once I, like, upgrade to a new size of shovel, that just feels like the natural shovel size from then on. And I forget how small my digs used to be. And as a result, it just feels like, I don't know, like, oh, suddenly there's so much more ore here than there was. But there's not. No, I'm just going through the ground faster. Like, what used to take me 6 digs to get to now takes me 3. Also, I think that I'm not just digging wider, I'm also digging deeper. Like, I'm making more forward progress with each dig. And I think that's a little bit invisible to me because of my perspective, because I'm just looking straight into the screen, which, you know, the only direction you can look into a screen is straight into it. But because of that, I can't really tell that I'm going deeper each time. And that I'm, progressing faster. Forward, directly into the surface. I hope this is satisfying to watch the way it is to play. Like watching somebody play Power Wash Simulator. Okay, a new layer down. Oh, we've hit our first rock. And we've got $100. But I think we should spend it on the battery, because we just ran low on battery, and that was what got us out of that cave. So now we can do that for longer. Luckily, this rock is not in our way. So we can keep going down on our same trajectory. So the shovel will not dig things that are out of range. Like, it's got a certain range, and it just doesn't do anything at all if you hold down the button but you're pointed at something that's too far away. So I'm kind of using that to sort of like make an even layer down below me. I'm just doing everything out to the point where it stops responding, and then I'll dig the island underneath me, and then we'll start again with a new layer. Inventory full, long before I ran out of batteries. I get totally turned around down there. Alright. We are making progress faster. It's getting a little dark down there, but of course the fact that I'm not going sideways is going to limit my access to the white walls that I usually put the lamps on. Because the white walls are mostly guards for the side. So if I'm just going straight down, I won't encounter nearly as many of them. I might have to start sticking my lamps in other places. Don't quite need a lamp yet, though we're getting there. Oh no! Destroyed ore. Actually, that's fine. We're intentionally destroying ore. I forgot, for an achievement. So did that affect wasted? Yes, it did. Okay. So right now, my money is a little bit too important for me to be wasting ore, but we could take a little break at some point and just use a bigger, fancier shovel to just dig up a whole bunch of the surface and just destroy a bunch of stone and not really be wasting significant money. Oh, we're about to hit a hole in our hole. We've got a pre-existing cavern to expose. Oh, but, okay, kind of luckily it's only to one side. So we're not going to drop straight into it. So I just want to widen out the mouth here. I still want to stay on my current hole digging trajectory. Like, I want this to remain a straight vertical column going up and down, even if it connects to other things on the side. Can you believe I'm making a second video about this game? I mean, I unabashedly love it. Like, it's the kind of simple premise that makes you think, oh, well, you know, this is a cute novelty, but you wouldn't really get into this game. I'm into this game. You know? Like, there's nothing wrong with being a cute novelty. When I say that this game comes across like a cute novelty, that's not an insult. That's a kind of game that should exist, that I wish, honestly, more people made. Just taking a weird idea and exploring it just enough. You know, because there's some ideas out there that are like, it's a good idea, but it's not, you know, a 200-hour game idea. It's a 2-hour game idea. And that's okay. It's okay to have 2-hour game ideas. Some of the best game ideas out there are 2-hour game ideas. So it is not throwing shade at this game to say that it does not come across as the kind of game I would genuinely get into. It comes across as the kind of game that I would just play for, you know, a few giggles. And I'm not going to play it for 100 hours. You know, I think that's what Power Wash Simulator 2 is for. But I'm impressed at how much I want to play this, just genuinely because it's fun, and not because I'm curious about the novelty. Like, I really like carving out this space. All right. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge to keep that vertical shaft in place, because when I'm looking down and digging, I should probably own a lamp. When I'm looking down and digging, I don't really have much of a perspective on how what I'm doing relates to the sort of overall structure of the whole. So I kind of rely on, when I come back and I see it from above, to kind of inform me about, like, where I'm actually working and how it relates to the larger plan. So, like, this area over here, which is kind of dull, is actually where I want to be digging if I want to keep this vertical shaft. Because the main reason I'm doing this, again, is for the long fall achievement. I need to have a long, continuous passage if I'm going to get the long fall achievement, and fall for 4 straight seconds. I mean, 4 seconds is a long time, especially because, if you think about it, gravity accelerates you. That's how it works, right? So the longer you fall, the faster you go. So the difference between 0.5 seconds and 1 second, that's a much shorter distance than the difference between 3.5 and 4.0 seconds. Like, getting from 3.5 to 4.0 might be like half the distance or something, because you're going so fast at that point. Okay, I'm definitely gonna need a shovel upgrade. Are we at the point where it's gonna be a drill? We're getting close. Nope, it's still a bigger radius. I think the drill is soon after, though. Okay, it looks like we've got 2. Are they adjoining chambers, or is it one big chamber? It's hard to tell. Either way, it is going to be hard to keep track of this vertical shaft I'm trying to build, with so many little bubbles of space down here. Okay, so I'm standing. If I look straight up, oh, it helps with the sun. We've got a noonday middle of the equator sun. That's odd, actually. That helps us orient vertically. That's weirdly helpful. Thank you, developers of this game. Oh, we got rock. That's like a really subtle little touch. The fact that I can sort of line up the sun to know when I'm vertical. That's really cool. I wonder how far away the sun is. Like, is it actually pretty close? And so, like, it is in a meaningful way directly over the X marks the spot. Probably is, right? In real life, if the sun is above you have to travel really far to have it not be above you. But it might make a more meaningful difference in a small artificial world. Yeah, it's easy to just get overwhelmed by the size of these caverns and just, like, not even appreciate the progress that I'm making on this hole. I promise I'm making progress on this hole. I'm always turned around, though. If I had a jetpack like this, I would fly everywhere. Okay. Shovel is now... Oh, you're correct. So I have just missed the time. If I'm correct about this, 30 minutes. I mean, okay, yeah, I have been screwing around. But, like, 30 minutes is tight. If this is as far as I've gotten in 30 minutes, even with... Here, let's collect all this ore that's around. And let's stick a light there on that rock. And oh wait, what's that? Is that the special ore they were telling us about? Does this only exist in achievement mode? I've never seen this before. Let's see if we got credit for a special ore. Iron, copper, silver. Okay, so it didn't count here for selling. But, yes, it did count for special ore. All right. So yeah, I can imagine that only existing in achievement mode. Because it has no point in the regular game. Like, the point of ore in the regular game is to make money. And so if it doesn't make money, then what's it for? Kind of a sad commentary there, but, Not the attitude I actually have towards a lot of things, but... Because yeah, I've heard this business maxim that I really believe in, and I don't believe in a lot of business maxims because I just don't think about business at all. I'm purely a creative guy, and I mean I think about it to the degree that I need to sort of like understand what's going on with my studio and with the industry and stuff like that. But like, I really don't like thinking in terms of, how much money things are going to make, that sort of thing. But there is this thing that I've heard that, if you're starting a business, you have to ask yourself, why does this business exist? Why am I making this? And the reason has to be something other than money. Because money is already necessary. Like you can't have a business work unless it's finding a way to make money. So you're going to make money, or you're going to fail. Like you don't have to make that one of your, key pillars or whatever for why your business exists. You can ignore it because there's no way you're going to, in actual practice, there's no way you're going to ignore it. So you don't need to make it like one of your, mission statements or something. We're here to make money should not be the reason why your business exists. We're here to do something else. We're here to make the world better, more interesting, more efficient, more something. Something that isn't just making ourselves money. And if you've got a vision like that, you're much more likely to succeed, because any company that purely focuses on doing whatever makes the most money, they're going to screw up in ways that they don't anticipate. Because you've seen there's a lot of game developers that are like that, or actually more often game publishers that are like that, where they see games purely as just a thing that makes money. Like, oh, I could be making anything. I could be making widgets. I could be making, canned food. I could be, making cars, whatever. I don't care what I'm making as long as it makes money. When that's your attitude, you end up making games where the player can tell that all the game is there to do is make money from them. And that's something, it's really hard to just hide that. If that's your only motivation, your customers, your audience, your whoever, can tell. And they can sort of feel themselves being exploited for money. And you end up making choices that end up being very anti-consumer and very, anti anything good that your company could do. And people end up resenting your company, and your company ends up making decisions that are, for instance, are short-term money-making decisions and long-term destructive decisions to the vision and the overall longevity of the company. And so when you're making a company, you have to have some reason why you're building a company that isn't money. And when you're making decisions about the direction the company goes, that has to be the main thing you care about in those decisions. And I like that. And I think you can say the same thing about growth. You can't make just the company getting bigger be the reason the company exists. You can't have the company becoming more valuable and then making you a lot of money when you sell it off be the reason that it exists, or just everyone will be able to tell, and you'll end up messing things up. Okay, so it's telling me to go down. I think it's tracking down one of those little mine shaft rooms that's got extra prizes in it. Is that a window? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, I cannot wait until I get the drill. I must be so close. Oh, I've fallen off center. All right. Okay, the inventory seems to be my big limiting factor here. But I can't raise it right now. I don't feel like I need the jetpack to get much more powerful. Wah! Okay, true to my goal. So, for instance, this cave. I'm not just making it to make money. I'm making it because I want to make a really tall vertical shaft that I can fall down. And that is the animating purpose of this cave. If I was just chasing the money, I'd make a really ugly, weird cave. And I think you would get bored of me making a cave that is just chasing ore and just watching a number go up. Honestly, I'm not dead certain that any of you are interested in watching what I'm doing right now, but I think you'd be less interested if I didn't have a goal. If there wasn't a thing I was trying to accomplish with this. If I was just yes, make number go up, I think you'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to watch something else. Oh. Okay, we got the white rock. Okay. Yeah, so there's just so much cavern off to the side. I'm really having trouble keeping track of what I'm here to do. And that can be the problem. Even if you do start your business the right way, and you're The reason we're here is to do this awesome thing that I really believe in. It goes beyond money. Once you start trying to run the thing, money does have a tendency to try to take over. And it's hard to maintain your focus on, you know, being about making something that isn't just money. So I think next time we'll be able to upgrade our shovel again. I forgot to check whether it's going to be the drill. I really hope it is, though. The drill is where it really starts to empty out down here. Another... So far, all the special ores have been within easy reach of this vertical column under the X. I was worried that I was going to have to, like, go really far afield to find them, but it seems like... Oh, whoa, ow. It seems like no. Upgrade to drill. Okay. So on my way down, I'm gonna carve out some of the uglier bits. So I can, like, sort of maintain a hover. And drill on the sides, which is kind of fun. Oh, look how efficiently we can do this now. Whoa. And it's barely even charging my battery at all. Charging? Uncharging? Using. Depleting my battery. Suddenly, without having to worry about all these discrete little digs, it's much easier for me to sort of, like, stand in place and make a hole happen beneath the sun. What is this? Wait a minute. Okay, after I stopped shooting the previous video, I found a golden key underground. And I had forgotten this crate existed. If I can find 2 golden keys, I guess I can open that thing? I should probably buy another lamp. All right. Oh, looks like we might have to use our first dynamite in a minute. So one thing that's interesting, these rocks, they actually overlap the dirt. Like when you make the rock go away, it doesn't leave a hole in the dirt. It leaves dirt where the rock used to be, but not everywhere the rock used to be. I think basically, like when I'm digging right now, I'm removing some of the rock that overlaps the... Sorry, I'm removing some of the dirt that overlaps this rock. And so there's still like a nugget of dirt inside the rock that will still be there after I dynamite the rock, which we should do next. All So, dynamite there. See that? There's still a bunch of, like, dirt where that used to be. Okay, it's getting very dark in here. So I guess we'll dig through to the walls. And install some lights. Let's grab the exposed ore. Alright, but this is still my vertical shaft right here. We're gonna keep working on my shaft. Alright. Enough nonsense. 448. Well, 440. I think I need more inventory next. So I'm not really running out of battery. And this is telling me to go down. Last time I encountered a mine shaft earlier in the process. And so my question is, does that mean, ooh, new material, like some gold? Does that mean that they distribute them randomly? Or that because I've been going straight down, I've just missed one? There's one that never even registered on my detector because I was too far to the side relative to it. At some point, I'm going to get way too deep and then realize I don't have enough of the strange ore and I don't have the keys. And at that point, I'm going to have to start doing this to the entire yard. And it's going to be silliness. Okay, we can't even really see what's going on here. Am I still... Oh. What the heck? There's a bunch of ore here. Alright. Oh no! Destroyed ore. That's fine. That's fine. I get an achievement for it. It's okay. And as long as there's a more valuable ore down there somewhere, you can comfort yourself when you destroy an ore by saying, oh, don't worry, that one isn't as valuable as the ones I'll be finding later. Trying to grab all the exposed ore I can. It's just sort of unsatisfying to have ore sitting there ungot, you know? Okay. So now, below the sun. Okay, so now it's saying I'm close, but it's not highlighting up or down. So whatever it is it's detecting, it's at this level. So actually, I should take a little break from my, like, downward progress to see if I can figure out what my detector is detecting and where it is. So I'm going to start digging sideways. Okay, so there's the white wall. I should have brought a lamp. Could use some light at this exact level. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, no. Hold on. All right, not enough to buy any upgrades, but we can buy some other equipment. I'm already at 50 minutes. This is silly. Okay. I am weirdly obsessed with this game. I guess you're probably at slightly less than 50 minutes because you have to take into account the fact that I always have to shoot my intros twice because I say something insane, like mispronounce a word or something every time I do an intro for the first time. But you don't ever see those. Occasionally I have forgotten to edit out the beginning, like, of a bad intro. But usually I eventually notice and I fix it, so occasionally a couple of people have seen me screw up. And then have a weird pause, and then I start again. Yeah, last time I encountered the first one of these, I was using a shovel. So the fact that I'm using a drill means I'm guessing I probably missed one. Though I don't know, that detector, can I be far enough away laterally from something that the detector will miss it? I have doubts now. But now I've got a bunch of dynamite and lamps and money and things, so that's good. Let's orient on the sun again. And down. So the size of an area, whoa, that I can carve out is smaller than me. So I can't just drill straight down by standing on the hole. I have to make a bigger hole than that in order to actually fall into it. Oh, is that 3 or 4 special ores? Let's go find out. All right. Our battery was getting a little low that time. How are we doing? 4 out of 5 special ores. All of them found in the main vertical shaft. That does make me think that just going, even though I was learning that actually my fears that I had screwed myself over by not digging on the X originally, I think I allayed those fears, that actually the reason it felt like there was suddenly more ore when I started moving towards the X last time, I think that was just because my shovel had gotten better. And actually digging on the X doesn't give you any more ore than anything else. But I think that whatever procedural generation or something that they're doing to sort of build out what's underground, I think that that is centered on the X. Because otherwise, I don't know why else I would be finding all the strange ore on this particular route. Unless ore becomes strange when it's revealed. And so it's just like, periodically they'll reveal some strange ore wherever you are, and your path doesn't matter. That is a way it could work. Okay, we've got holes upon holes here. But I'm still committed to my vertical shaft. I am going to work this shaft. Never mind. This is going to stop right there. You imagine the joke I was going to make. got a bunch of ores in each direction. Like, they're actually kind of giving me a little bit of choice paralysis here. Like, I'm not sure what direction I want to deviate in once I've got the shaft down where I want it to be. So is there a gap below me? Or am I, like, standing on the wall between two gaps? Oh. Hey, new achievement. And every single one of them found on the main vertical shaft. So that can't be a coincidence. Either they deliberately put them on the shaft, or they procedurally designate certain ones as strange as you get to them. I think it has to be that. I mean, unless I'm just extremely lucky. Let me make sure I'm not too off center. There, that's where I actually want to be. Can you even see what I'm doing? I should probably find a place I can stick a light. Yeah, I keep revealing more and more of these gaps, thinking that the floor is just going to disappear out from under me, but it's not. Okay, inventory full. How? I didn't actually check the depth when I first started rising. I'm not sure what the depth is. I guess we'll make the jetpack more powerful, because whatever. Oh, look, we've got our strange special ore. I don't know why I keep calling it strange. It's special. Special is what it's called, not strange. That feels problematic, that it's special and I'm calling it strange. Wait, a sixth one? I missed an explanation. I gave two explanations. One is all the special ore is on the shaft. The other one is ore is procedurally designated as special when it appears. I thought those were the two possible explanations. There's a third, which is that there's way more special ore than you actually need to get the achievement. And it's everywhere. I feel silly that I didn't think of that. I think I just kind of, because it appeared with the achievement, and the, like, you know, and I never saw it before I was in achievement mode. I assumed that it only existed for the achievement, which it may still, but I assumed that meant that there would be the same number of special ores as there were numbers to count for the achievement. But that was inaccurate. Okay, it's gotten way too dark, but I don't have any solid walls to stick things to here. Do I have to just sort of designate a wall? I'm going to start digging sideways until I hit something solid, so that I can put a light down here. Or maybe if I dig far enough sideways, I will convince myself I'm not going to want to dig in that direction, and I'll just add a lamp to the dirt. Because you shouldn't have to watch this. This is silly. Okay. Alright, I'm going to say that's far enough. Nope, that one. There, we've got a light now. Let's put one on the other side too, because why not? Okay. Orient under the sun. And dig right there. I'll need to go into these gaps and collect the rest of the ore. The loose ore that's lying around. In just a minute. Okay, this gap is threatening to undermine me. I'm almost like wanting it to happen. Like I want to suddenly hit nothing and fall like you often do in Minecraft, you know? Oh, we're coming up on another. Oh, okay. So this glowing rock, this actually damages you if you touch it. That's something I don't know if I fully recognized during my previous video. That if you stand on this rock or lean against this rock, it damages you. So I'm going to try to dig a little place. Ow! See? Oh, it sets me on fire. So I'm going to try to dynamite it. There! And now it's gone. Where am I under the sun now? Oh, let's open up this. All right, off we go. See, we just got 560 in one go. So if things didn't cost, 1,500. Oh, it's been another 30 minutes. I genuinely have no idea how somebody could make significantly faster progress on a game like this. Wow, you see that? I did not feel like that last bit of fall was that far, but look at my health. Falling for 4 seconds is going to kill me. I think I'm going to die. Unless I'm allowed to catch myself with a jetpack at the end, and I don't know if I am. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I misread the time achievement. I wonder if it's just rewarding me for spending more time. Because, yeah, like, I don't know how I would spend less. This just takes time. I mean, maybe I'm making a slightly larger hole than I technically need to. Oh. Oh. Wait, it just... I got a key. I got a key. Okay. That's one key. I need to be really careful because my health is getting kind of low. Okay. Let's, again, orient on the sun. I probably need to do a better job of sort of cleaning out a wider area around the shaft, make the shaft wider, because otherwise, when I attempt my big fall, I'm just going to hit a ledge on the way down or something. Like, I think I need it to be consistently pretty wide. In order to work the way we want it to. mean, I think I've got some air control when I'm falling. I'm not sure. I think I do. So maybe it will be fine. Oh, we're starting to hit something. Okay. Yep, I think we're gonna need to dynamite this thing. So one thing about the vertical shaft is I'm not anywhere near the outer walls. So that, like, in my first playthrough, I was just always finding those white outer walls of bedrock, and that's where I was sticking my lights all the time. But now that I'm doing this straight down shaft, I'm avoiding all of the impenetrable rock, and so I just have to stick it on dirt, and that... Oh, battery low. What? Oh, and I also need a dynamite anyway, so let's fly! I believe that the experience I'm now having of, like, rocketing up that vertical shaft, I think that was originally, from the beginning, meant to be a major part of this experience. And it just didn't occur to me the first time around. All right. How long was that fall? Where is it? That was only 2.4 seconds. I've dug so deep, and that was only 2.4 seconds. And again, because you accelerate when you're falling, to, like, nearly double that amount of time, I'll need to more than nearly double the depth of my hole. You know, it just occurred to me that maybe, you know, that boom achievement that I've been trying to get by destroying rocks that get in my way, does it have to be rocks? Like, maybe I could just use dynamite to dig deeper and deeper. Is that a thing that I would do if I wanted to make the game go faster? Like, get to a point where I can afford to buy dynamite in large amounts? And then just use it a bunch? Okay, it looks like I've actually fallen below my destination. Just barely. Alright, I need to widen it out this way. Platinum! This is when the money starts rolling in. Actually, no, diamond is when the money starts rolling in. Okay. It says that it's up from me now. Oh, is this it? I think this is it. It's really fun revealing in like 3D something like this. Like, this was completely submerged. In this dirt. And I'm getting to clean it out. It just, I don't know. I haven't tried Power Wash Simulator 2 yet. I hope they found a way to add something chunky to it, not just surfaces. I think that would be really fun. But I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. If they haven't, I hope that's on the agenda for Power Wash Simulator 3. I think they could learn a lot from looking at this game and seeing what they did with removing dirt from things. Yeah, dynamite, lamps, money. All right, orient on the sun, straight down is here. Kind of through that rock. Also that rock. Sometimes when you destroy those rocks, there's even like, right there, like, well, actually, I don't know if that one counted, but ore in the dirt that they were protecting, that is revealed when they go away. Oh, battery low. I think we can afford to upgrade our shovel again. Or rather, upgrade our drill. Okay, drill is at maximum. Look at how powerful this is. It's ridiculous. Okay. Kind of underneath the sun. So I was worrying about whether I could go deep enough to make the 4-second fall happen. And I was like, I would need to go so much further. But, I mean, this is a much faster drill. It could easily be that, like, the last, you know, many meters takes less time than the first handful of meters because of the quality of your tools. I do appreciate that they have not broken up the vertical shaft with impassable rock. Like, I've got some impassable rock here that sticks in a little bit, but the actual vertical shaft is unobstructed. It's at least a little bit obstructed by these little guys. Ow. I was wondering, so the dynamite does not seem to have a very wide radius. And I actually placed that a little close to myself on purpose because I was wondering if it would hurt me. And it will. It will hurt you, which, you know, makes sense. I mean, if you've got dynamite and health in the game, it's weird if the dynamite doesn't hurt your health. All right, look how fast the money is rolling in now. Okay, let's look over here. So it still says 115 minutes, even though I've been spending time playing. So this does feel like this is the time it took me to get to the ending. Okay, I made all the money. I need to make more explosions. I'm just gonna start spending all of my money on dynamite once I've upgraded everything. And then, oh, we are at the point where we should start trying to get the wasted achievement. So yeah, I think the easiest way to get the wasted. So, let me check my time here because I think I want to do a little cut where I don't mess that up. All right. I think the best way to get the wasted achievement is to wait until you have upgraded your drill all the way and then just start digging up your lawn. Though actually, this is just a little bit of a waste. I should go downstairs, get some money-making ore. And then I'll go back up when I'm done and waste all those stones. Oh, more special ore. Okay, I don't need to get under that. I need to orient under the sun again. Okay, I was worried that wasn't going to work. Again, orient on the sun. Yeah, I really love that they gave us sort of a stable vertical reference point. So we can tell when we're going up. No, not over there. Alright. Ooh, check this out. Diamond. Yeah, the lava rock starts coming in fast. Oh, and I'm out of dynamite. Well, we'll worry about that later, I guess. Okay, I'm full up on gold and platinum and diamonds. Now we'll head to the surface. And get the wasted achievement. So yeah, so we wasted a whole bunch of very low value ore, and we still came back to make a lot of money. Let's raise our battery. Let's buy a bunch of dynamite. And get back in there. Ow. Okay, this might finally be the time when I drop into... Oh no! I wanted to make these go away. There. I don't know if it was actually in the way, but it felt in the way to me. I love how the sun now fills the hole, because the sun doesn't really change size as you go away from it. because it's just so far away. But the hole significantly changes size as you go away from it. Okay, I gotta try to... Is that one big rock? Yes. Diamond. Whoa. Okay, so there is some kind of thing I'm supposed to get. I think there's a chance that it might be the other key. And so I feel like I need to first get rid of this. Feels like it's in the way. Okay, okay. So I think what happens is this thing lights up when I'm close. But then my orientation... Ah, there it is. Oh, it's just a money bag. Okay. Well, still. But yeah, my orientation determines how many rings fill. So if I'm close, it's beeping. And then if I'm pointed in the right direction, it's rings fill. Alright. Let's get back under the shaft. Ah! So one thing about the glowing rocks, they don't actually shine light on anything else. I think they might have something akin to the unlit property, where, you know, most objects in a 3D world take their lighting from lights in the environment. You know, how bright they appear on the screen has to do with what lights are shining on them. But, at least in Unreal, there's a setting you can put, like, you know, you can turn on when you're editing, which is very helpful. Or, I think you can also make it true of an object. You can say that it's unlit, which means it doesn't take its cues from the lighting. It just shows up with the same brightness no matter what's going on. And that's the kind of thing... I mean, I don't think they do it as much these days, but back in the day when I first started working on Unreal, look how much money I have. We've got all the upgrades, which means the rest goes to dynamite. And lamps. If you wanted to do, like, for instance, like a subtle glowing thing in the background that looks like a light, like maybe the tail light on a car or something like that, but you couldn't afford to have it actually be a light that's lighting other things, which is most of the time. In fact, back in the day when I was first working on Unreal, you wouldn't even do real-time lights if you could help it at all. You would bake lighting into the environment and stuff like that. Like, the only real-time lights would be like on the character that's moving around or whatever, and everything else would just be like, I've got baked-in lighting, my lighting never changes. Because lights were just expensive to calculate on the fly. Now you've got these graphics cards that, you know, do all of this, like, real-time ray tracing and stuff like that. But doing that number of complex calculations in a frame was absurd when I first started. Yeah. So you'd set things to unlit. And so I'm wondering if they did that here, because, you know, when you actually when I set a light in the environment, like, look at all the dark dirt around the glowing rock here. If I set a light in the environment, you know, all of this dirt is now taking its lighting information from that light. So, like, within a certain radius of that light, things will light up, you know, darker, like, less and less as you get further away from it until it stops affecting things at all. The things that are close to it get lit brightly. Notice this had no effect like that. In fact, if we blow it up, absolutely nothing changes about the lighting. So those things are not really glowing. They're just not responding to the lighting situation. They're not getting dark because it's dark. And they're not getting brighter because it's bright. They're just doing their own thing, I think. If I look more closely at it, I might realize that I'm wrong about the exact solutions being used there. But if nothing else, it reminds me of solutions we used to use back in the early 2000s. Okay, looks like we have a less dangerous rock here, but still a rock. Let's try to find a nice place to stick a dynamite. Okay, how are we doing relative to the vertical shaft? It's there. I feel like I've got some stuff I need to clear out. Ow. Okay, so that... Oh, we got rock. This is where I want to be. And speaking of lighting information, I have gotten into the shadows here. I should probably place a light at some point. Let's just dig this out a little bit more. I mean, I've got that light over there, but it's just too far away. Okay, like, I'm pretty sure that, you know, with this game's like small team and limited resources, they probably didn't have a lot of time for, you know, like, optimizing a zillion things so that, like, a large number of lights could all run at once. And also, they're probably aiming at a pretty low min spec. And so, I'm betting that the lights that they're placing have pretty short reaches, where they just simply do not affect most of the world. They only affect the lighting of geometry that is just right next to them. So that means I have to place a lot of lights around me in order to keep things lit. Look how far I'm going. It's ridiculous. What time is it? It's like, I've been doing this for nearly an hour and a half. What is wrong with me? I've got nothing left to spend my money on besides more bombs. Okay. The last time I tried a fall, I was like 49 meters. I just went to 77. So yeah, the rate at which I'm descending is accelerating. So that might make it possible to do a 4-second fall sometime soon. Where am I now relative to the shaft? It's right there? Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, yeah, so if I can see the blue, but I can't see the sun, I'm not perfectly vertical. I have to both see the blue and see the sun to be vertical. That's why the sun is valuable. I mean, the sun is valuable in real life for lots of reasons. That's why the sun is valuable in this game. Because you can light the world without putting an explanation for the light out there. You can just have everything lit as though the sun is up and put no sun in the sky. That's video games. You can do whatever you want in this completely constructed reality. Okay, so I'm just doing this because I saw some diamonds. I wanted diamonds. Who doesn't want diamonds? Ow. Okay, okay. I don't even know that all that is necessary. Let's see. Okay. There's the shaft. I should get some lighting up in here. Okay, let's go a little bit this direction. And okay, this guy gets a light. So now it's like the glow is actually working. I should just start putting lights on all of these guys. All the ones that I don't destroy with dynamite, I should put lights on. Wow, there is so much of this glowing hot rock. I don't know if they're meaning to suggest that this is lava. That seems a bit much. Even, you know, I mean, we're pretty deep, but not that deep. And also, lava's a liquid. It's a viscous liquid, but it's a liquid. Oh, my shaft is so long. Alright. Oh, I haven't seen... It's been officially an hour and a half. This is silliness. But just in case you're wondering, I am still not showing you the ending of this game. So, if you came this far expecting to see the ending, I apologize for misleading you by accident. I have no intention of revealing the ending of this game. The ending of this game is different from the rest of this game. And you should discover it on your own. The one problem that I'm having is I have not found the second key. So in my previous game, I found one key and not the other. And in this game, I have found one key and not the other. Oh, come now. Getting dynamite to stay where it belongs is not easy in this game. Okay, I've lost track of the shaft. Ah! I definitely have. Okay. There it is. I say, stop coming towards me. All right, let's stick a lamp there. I don't think I used nearly this amount of dynamite the first time through. I mean, as you saw in my accounting for the achievement. I'm almost at 100 meters down. By almost, I mean 11 away. So maybe that's still a lot. I don't know. Let's see how quickly we can get all the way down there. Where's the sun? There it is. Inventory full. Okay. Well, we're not doing it this time, though. I do like to shave a few rough edges off this on the way up. I never know which way I'll be facing when I get to the top. See, 9,300. There is nothing to spend this money on. But money can't buy me keys. Okay, I'm taking a bunch of damage. Why can't I get this platinum? There it is. Okay, orient on the shaft. I would just love the ability to do something like this in real life. So yeah, I expected that I would be amused by this game. I did not expect to have like a smile on my face like a kid on Christmas the whole time I'm digging. Okay, we're still at 92 meters. Let's fix that. 93, 94. 96, 97, 98. Oh, bedrock. 99 and ooh. I thought that the number 100 would be significant. That down there is the end game. Lights don't work there. Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm not convinced that even this 100-meter fall into the abyss is going to work. Oh, you can hear something moving around down there, can't you? Oh, man. That's pretty creepy, right? Oh, man. Oh, listen, that was kind of a roaring sound? Man, that's pretty scary. Since I know what's down there, I'm a little less intimidated than I was when I first encountered it. I'm just going to try to open this whole area up here. But I just realized something. I have a jetpack. And I do not know how high the flight limit is in this world. That 4-second fall, does it have to be into the hull? Or could at least some of it be from the sky? suddenly very curious about this. Ow. Oh, I just hit that stuff. So I feel like I need to make this opening pretty wide so I can potentially fall into it. And I need to make sure there aren't a lot of obstacles on the way down to it. Ow. Ow! What the heck? Oh, my head was wedged up against that thing. Alright, well, let's do something about that. There, no longer exists. Clear out things that could prevent me from falling cleanly into that hole. Oh, look at that. I'm standing on a little island of dirt, Minecraft style. Ah! Okay, inventory full. Good time to go upstairs. Okay, let's definitely sell all of our ore, because I think we're about to lose it all. Okay. I'm about to make an attempt on the long fall achievement. I've only been able to fall 3 seconds so far, and I need to fall 4 seconds. But I just had an idea that might help. I have dug all the way down into the end game here. But I don't know how high I can jetpack into the sky. So let's see if we can do this. Oh, this is as high as I can go. Well, that's not going to make a huge difference at all. All right, well, here we go. Nice! We did it. You definitely don't want to have any ore in your inventory when you do that. Okay, so how are we doing on the achievements here? We've got... Boom. We still need to throw a bunch of dynamite. And the time thing, that's just going to be a mystery to me, how that's done. I might have to do a lot of work to figure out how to get that one. But we've got $25,000. And now we've got 100 dynamite. So I'm going to see how quickly I can get the boom achievement by loading myself up with dynamite. And can I just, like, just throw it, like, everywhere? Does it have to actually blow things up, or can it be, like, exploding, like, in the middle of space and still count? I guess I'll never know. Well, actually, if I get the achievement with 49 of these left, then I'll know that they all counted. Okay, they just carved their own tunnel here. Look at that. Oh, hey. Special ore. There we go. They all counted. It doesn't matter if you blow up something useful. All that matters is the dynamite explodes. Okay. Well, I think we've done everything that we said this episode was about, except for one thing. I mean, we didn't say this at the beginning, that we were trying, we did say we were trying to get all the achievements. We didn't say that we were looking for the second key. But I do want to find the second key. Just like last time, one key was on my main path. But there's another key out there somewhere. And I kind of desperately want to know what's in that case. Now, does it doesn't list the key in my inventory. Oh, no, it does. My key on the HUD over on that side of the screen. It says that I've got one key. So I need a second key. But that could take forever. Assuming it's even in here. Like, maybe the key is hidden somewhere in the endgame zone where I'm not going to go, on video. Or maybe, I don't know, it could be hidden all kinds of places. I'm not sure if just, like, mining around a little bit more is going to get it for me. So, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I'll wrap this video up now, but maybe if I manage to find the other key, maybe I'll cut something in here and let you know what happened. So if I don't cut something in right here, that means I haven't found it. Anyway, I have no idea how that went, but this is a game about digging a hole. I've got all but one of the achievements. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get the time achievement, because that just seems impossible to me. Somebody must know how. Maybe I need to go out and watch other people making videos about it. But this game is really fun. Like, I gotta say, it's not just the fun of sort of chasing down achievements and, getting those little nods of satisfaction. I just love digging in this game. It's weirdly satisfying. And once I've kind of exhausted the stuff that I can do with this game, I might have to go and start playing Power Wash Simulator 2 to sort of get that fix, and go play some more Ambrosia Sky. That's another one that's got this kind of mechanic. There's so many games out there like this. If you're into this, go and check them out. But that's my subscribe button. Here's links to some more of those games, and I'll see you later.